Hi there, I'm Jodi with Enlighten Ya. I'm a transformational life coach, and today we're discussing jealousy and how it has no place in a soulmate relationship or any high-level loving relationship. Hi you guys. So I want you to know that I have already recorded this video once, and as you notice, the intro is probably different than this part of the video, but I decided that I wanted to re-record it because there was something that just wasn't really resonating with me as far as showing enough compassion and empathy for how challenging of an emotion that jealousy is to try and deal with in your life if it's something that plagues you. I was sort of triggered myself, I think, after the video was made, because even though I do not struggle with jealousy, and I'll explain why in a minute, I have been greatly affected negatively in many areas of my life, with many friendships and in many very important relationships in my life have been affected by jealousy. So I have been negatively affected by other people's jealousy, and I think in my first video I was more along the lines of just don't be jealous, as opposed to understanding how hard it is to deal with it when it's something that you struggle with. So when I was growing up, my mother was very non-jealous. She was a great example for me, and I have followed in her footsteps along this path. My father was very much a lover of women. He was very into women's rights, women's abilities, women's strengths. Luckily, he had 3 daughters to raise up and to be strong in themselves. And that is something that I have taken on. She never was offended by the multitudes of women that were surrounding him. She didn't care if he was flirty. It's not that she didn't care, I shouldn't say that. She understood that how he was made was just to appreciate women. He wasn't a great cheater. He wasn't cheating on her all the time, and they weren't having issues in that regard. She appreciated him for who he was and let him be himself. This is the greatest gift that you can ever give anybody, is to allow them to be authentically who they are. She didn't see this as a flaw in him, and there wasn't anything to change, okay? But if you are the person who is struggling with jealousy, then this is a toxic part of your relationship that will toxically affect all of the relationships in your life. It will affect your children, it will affect your family, your spouse for sure, and all of your friendships. So it's something that really needs to be addressed. Now, there are 2 forms of jealousy that I want to discuss today. The first form is what I consider to be a little bit less on the toxic side and a little bit more healthy, which is envy. Envy is what you would think of when you are envious of your friends because they are in a great relationship, their marriage is so beautiful, and you just really wish that you could have that in your life, and so you're envious of that. Or you're envious of your friends who have 4 houses across the world and they can travel whenever they want and they have all this freedom, and that's something that you really want, and you don't know why you can't have that. Why can't you have that? You work just as hard as they can. That's envy. That kind of thing is something that's easy for you to kind of change your perspective on, because you're already in a place of appreciating what that person has. So you're in a place of appreciating what it is that makes them happy. Take yourself out of the equation of that envy and look at their happiness and appreciate that, and be very thankful that they are able to have all that they have, and take your own personal jealousy out of it. And that's this first step into dealing with that kind of jealousy in your life, is just appreciate what your friends have or whomever you're having envy issues over, and then be thankful for them and really feel that inside of yourself. Now, if you're dealing with a romantic relationship and you have a lot of jealousy in your life, that comes from deep insecurities in your life. And so let's use an example of a scenario. Let's say that if I were an extremely jealous person, okay, Let's just use me as an example. If this were me, this is not me, but if it were, and I'm in a relationship with a man that I love very much and care for, and I do not want him, because of my jealousy, to have friends that are girls, even if they're not attractive girls, friends that are for him to work with any girls. I want to know every single girl that he has to talk to at work. I want to know what he thinks of her. I want to know all of that. I don't want him to be around other women. I want to know if he's going to a group event, who's going to be there, everyone who's going to be there. And it puts a lot of pressure on the relationship because he can't necessarily be himself. And the reason that he can't be himself is because I'm constantly asking him to prove to me. I want him to prove to me how much value he has in me by completely changing and not allowing any other women in his life. Like, I want to be the only one. It's very manipulative and very controlling. This kind of toxic jealousy is so horrible for your relationship because it creates an environment where lies are going to happen. You know, I saw something on YouTube the other day and this just came to mind. And it was a young girl. She looked like she was maybe in her early 20s. She could have been younger than that, 18, 19. And she posted this sad face saying that she created a catfish account to catch her boyfriend to see if he would cheat on her. And it made my stomach hurt when I saw the caption. I didn't watch the video. I don't even know why it was in my feed. And I just was thinking, wow, she has zero trust for her boyfriend. Not only that, she was willing to do whatever she could to try and catch him in cheating. She put him in a situation. She's probably a very good catfish. She knows exactly what he likes, exactly what's going to make him happy, exactly the type of movies, the type of, you know, songs, music he listens to. And she used that, and I'm assuming because I didn't watch the video, but she's going to use all of those things that she knows that he likes to catch him in cheating. That is toxic jealousy. That is such toxic jealousy. And it's as if she's telling her boyfriend, even if he doesn't cheat, she's automatically assuming that he's going to. And it's saying that I don't believe you when you say you care for me. Why? And it's really showing your self-worth because it's basically saying, I know that there's someone better for me than me out there. And I know you're going to find her eventually. This is a horrible place for you to be in. There may be 1,000 reasons why you have developed this jealousy trait. You may have seen cheating growing up. You may have seen relationships end because one has an affair and they go off with the other person. But I can promise you that if you want to be in a high quality, loving relationship, like a soulmate relationship, then you need to realize that your self-worth is the most important thing in order to get you there. And as long as you are exhibiting behaviors of extreme jealousy, then you are not there. You are dealing with a lot of insecurities. And what will happen if this scenario of what I'm saying is true, what will end up happening is the person that I would be in a relationship for, that I'm constantly saying I don't want you to talk to other women or be around other women or any of that, is going to eventually push himself in that direction. I'm beating him down every single day over and over and over again. And when he has to go on a trip with a woman who's attractive or not attractive, he's going to lie to me. He's going to lie to me and say that he didn't. And then when I found out that he does, then what happens? I get all upset and saying, you lied to me. Why did you lie to me? And then I make him a cheater in my mind before he's even done it. And what is going to happen? You're going to actually create the scenario to happen to you. That is what happens. When you're not a jealous person and you're in a healthy relationship with another person, you can appreciate that they love you enough that they aren't going to cheat on you because you're not pushing them to do that. You value yourself enough to make them value you too. And that's how it works. So what do you do? What is the takeaway that you can take away today and some action items to make you a little bit less jealous? One, really look at your self-worth. Do you honestly feel that there are so many other people out there that are prettier than you, more valuable than you, have a better body, have more money, have more everything than you, that you aren't valuable enough to not be cheated on. You need to work on your self-worth. Look at it. Look at the situations. Did your mom and dad have affair problems when they were younger? Did that affect you? How did that affect you? Did you get cheated on when you were younger? I mean, I can say I have been cheated on in every single relationship I've been in. I have. And yet it doesn't make me more jealous. I simply left those relationships or opened communication more and asked why it happened. Why is this going on? Why did this happen? So that doesn't make me a crazy jealous person now. And it doesn't need to make you one either if you choose to change that part of yourself. And if you need help, I'm here for you. Okay, I'm here for you. Let's talk about these things. Let's talk about the truth behind them, because a lot of times you're going to see that the truth behind someone cheating on you 99.9% of the time has nothing to do with you. So let's talk about these things together. I'm Jodi with Enlighten Ya. Have a great day. Call me if you need me. Bye.